Is UV resin a good choice for quick photo jewelry projects? Have you ever thought about making your own photo jewelry? If so, you might be wondering if ultraviolet resin is a good choice for quick projects. Let's break it down and see what makes this resin popular among DIY enthusiasts. Ultraviolet resin is known for its fast curing time. When exposed to ultraviolet light, it typically cures in just a few minutes. This quick process is perfect for creating small jewelry pieces like photo pendants or charms. You can get a glossy finish that looks professional without waiting hours or days like you would with epoxy resin. One of the best things about ultraviolet resin is that it comes ready to use straight from the bottle. There is no need to mix two parts, which simplifies the entire process. This can save you time and make it easier to jump right into your project. However, there are some important factors to keep in mind. Ultraviolet resin works best for small and thin projects. It cures only where the ultraviolet light can reach, so you need transparent molds or open surfaces. If you try to use it for thick pours or larger pieces, you may not get the results you want. Another consideration is durability. Ultraviolet resin can be more brittle than epoxy resin. This means it may scratch more easily or become cloudy over time, especially if exposed to harsh sunlight. If you want your jewelry to last, this is something to think about. When applying ultraviolet resin, it is important to do so in thin and even layers. If not, you might end up with sticky spots or pits that can detract from the overall appearance. Nobody wants their beautiful jewelry to look less than perfect. Cost is another factor. Ultraviolet resin is generally more expensive than epoxy resin. Plus, it has a shorter shelf life, often around 6 months. This means you need to manage your inventory carefully to avoid waste. Safety is also a concern. Working with ultraviolet resin requires exposure to ultraviolet light, so it is important to wear gloves and minimize skin contact to avoid irritation. In practical terms, ultraviolet resin is great for quick prototypes or small-scale photo jewelry projects. It allows you to embed photos or decorative elements quickly with a nice finish. However, if you plan to wear your jewelry regularly, you might want to consider epoxy resin for its durability and longevity. So, while ultraviolet resin is a solid choice for quick photo jewelry projects, it is best suited for small, delicate items or samples. For pieces that need to stand the test of time, epoxy resin is often the better option.